Hey, Joe at Fabspeed Motorsports. Really excited to show you what Porsche did for the first 911 water-cooled mufflers and what they did to design mufflers to make the cars ultra quiet and make them grocery getters as they went from air-cooled to water-cooled. Fabspeed has over 25 years of engineering and design and development, street and racetrack testing, designing the world's finest air-cooled and water-cooled muffler systems and performance parts. And we were the first company in the world to design systems for the 996s, which is in 1999. And here's a 996 muffler. This is the same muffler Porsche uses for all 996s, 1999 to 2004. And also with a little different outlet coming down further. That's the same muffler they used for the 2005 to 2008 997 and 997S cars. But at Fabspeed, we really go deep, do a deep dive. We do destructive and non-destructive testing of Ferrari, Porsche, and other mufflers to see what the manufacturers did and what we can learn to make a better product. So I'm gonna now show you what this thing looks like internally, and I'll spin it around. And what you're looking at is the first water-cooled 911 mufflers and the same thing they use on the 997s. And what you have is a 3-chamber reverse flow muffler, and that's why the cars are so quiet. I hope you find this interesting. So as the exhaust comes through the catalytic converters, this is the inlet pipe. All exhaust goes up through this pipe. It's about 2 1/8 inch nominal diameter, goes through this pipe, and then it comes up through here to this first chamber. If you look closely, this unit's welded and crimped shut. So all the exhaust has to come through these holes in this perforated pipe, very restrictive. And then it fills this first chamber to a certain pressure. Obviously there's a muffler cover over it. And then once it fills this chamber, it goes through this pipe here, okay? And then that flows back to this original chamber, reverse flow. Once it's in here, the exhaust fills this cavity, and then it has to fight its way back through this perforated wall, interior wall. Once it gets through that perforated wall, the exhaust fills this chamber, hits a certain pressure, and here's your velocity stack. They let the exhaust finally escape out because the exhaust has to get out of the engine when run. So the exhaust goes through here, the flow arrow, and then this is the pipe that goes out to the tip. This is the male ball socket on all 996s. On the 997 and 997S, the pipe goes further down, and they have quad tips that slide on those cars, or shovel tips on 997. But I hope this is enlightening, because you can tell, honestly, we are gung-ho at Fabspeed, but this shows you what they did on the first air water-cooled 911 packages, 996s and 997s. And then while you're listening, somebody say, what about the Pse mufflers? You see this little bump right here? This is where they would cut a hole and have a pipe with a valve if you ordered the optional Pse exhaust. But this exhaust is really restrictive. It's really heavy, but it gave Porsche the sound and ultra quietness they wanted to sell a lot of cars to that non-air-cooled people, to all the water-cooled people. Anyway, check us out online, Fabspeed Motorsports USA, over 25 plus years of designing, engineering, street and racetrack testing, dyno developing systems for all air-cooled and water-cooled Porsche cars, and we specialize in 996 and above cars.